So what ended up happening there? Did he stay with them for a long period of time?
No,
Did
he couldn't. He had to basically became a legal issue. So he had to get out of that contract, and Walmart, just decided to stick with their guns. They had a policy change as far as payments to their vendors, and their policy change went from 30 days to 60 days, and then they were slower on top of that. And this gentleman couldn't get anyone to finance his sales out that far, his accounts receivable. Even though it was from Walmart, they wouldn't go out that far. He wasn't strong enough financially to get that type of correction.
Well, that's a really good point because, a lot of businesses, especially manufacturing types, retail types, they're on really razor thin profit margins. And factoring is a type of accounts receivable financing where businesses can take the receivables that they're expecting to get and basically get paid in advance by essentially like lenders, what these companies would do. And that's one thing that we can help small businesses with is factoring. If you are in a business kind of like this example that we're just talking about here, where you've got invoices that you're not going to be getting paid on for 60 days, but you need that cash flow now to put a business together, there are ways where you can essentially get paid in advance for those invoices. And what factoring companies do is they look at the credit of your vendor because they're basically paying you in advance on the anticipation that vendor will pay down the road. They give you a discount. They basically pay you at a premium or at a discount for what the face value of that invoice is. But that's something that a lot of businesses do use and need access to because, to your point, if you're 30, 60, 90 days out from getting your invoices, what do you do to get that cash flow? Because you've got to go ahead and have that revenue today to get the inventory or the materials to make the inventory to be able to sell 90 days from now.
Exactly.
To get another invoice in 90 days that you'll have to wait another 90 days for.
And you got to keep your eye on that margin because every time you do things that way, you're reducing your profit because you have to pay that additional interest. So if you're pricing things out, you have to factor that in. And this gentleman did not factor that into Walmart because he didn't research the policies and the history of Walmart. If he had a competent consultant to do that, they would have been able to show that and say, well, wait a second, you need to go up a point or two into this deal. But that wasn't there.
Jerry,